This time on Mega Shippers. In Valencia, loadmaster Arnold has 48 hours to load 10 £2.2 million racing yachts.
Hey! These yachts and most yachts aren't designed to be lifted. They're not designed to get on a big cargo ship, go halfway across the world and get put back in the water.
In North Yorkshire, Kieran Murray struggles to get a 26-ton vintage train rolling for the first time in 60 years.
As you can see, she's all seized. Nothing's been lubricated in a long, long time.
And on the south coast of England, supervisor Robin Merry and his team battle to get 1,500 tons of steel offloaded in high winds.
As you put anything up in the air, it wants to come down. So you've got to take extra care of it.
Around the world,
We are going in. Let's go.
there's a hidden army of workers
Things can go wrong really, really fast.
who, in the face of danger and turbulent times, work in all weathers, day and night, to deliver no matter what.
Stop!
Step into the $6 trillion world of heavy logistics.
Hey!
Meet the people for who no load is too heavy,
Anything up in the air, it wants to come down.
no item too big,
It's a case of demolition, destruction, and make it happen.
and no route too difficult.
The more that I get off, the less stress that I have.
An industry dedicated to one common goal:
Keep it coming, mate. Keep it coming.
keeping the planet moving by land, air, and sea. Meet the Mega Shippers. The historic port of Valencia in northeastern Spain dates back to the 15th century. Before the discovery of the Americas, it flourished as a hub of maritime trade with Italy and North Africa. Today, it's grown to being the largest port in the Mediterranean Sea and the 5th busiest in Europe, handling over 60 million tons of cargo and 5.4 million shipping containers a year. Setting sail to Cape Town in 2 days' time, over £25 million worth of one-off prototype TP52 racing yachts, support boats and race equipment.
The TP52s are high-performance monohulls, and they're known as the Formula One of the seas.
For Race Marketing Officer Dan Nixon, working on the 52 Super Series yacht race is a real privilege.
The boats are beautiful, and watching them sailing is incredible. This is actually the pinnacle of the sport.
Now in its 9th year, the 52 Super Series comprises 10 separate inshore races around a course in 6 locations. Over the course of the season, after 60 events, the team with the most points win. The first regatta is in Cape Town, South Africa.
We have some of the world's best sailors, winners of the Olympics, world champions, Volvo Ocean Race winners, America's Cup winners. So it's the creme de la creme of racing in some of the world's greatest boats.
Like in Formula One, the yachts have to comply to build limitations. So basically, they're all the same, and success is down to the skill of the sailors.
This is the longest and the most challenging shipment of TP52s that we've ever done. We've been across the Atlantic 3 times, but we've never been to the Southern Hemisphere.
After leaving the port of Valencia, within 3 weeks, this massive race entourage needs to be 11,836 kilometers away for the first race in Cape Town, South Africa. This is the first time all 10 yachts, their support vessels and equipment for one race will be being transported at once in one boat. Preparation is key for this precious load.
I put this on the main deck on the other side, so they're ready for the boat.
Over the next 48 hours, yacht logistics specialists Peters and May rely on their loadmaster, Colin Arnold, to safely stow and secure a flotilla's worth of costly cargo.
This is generally the start of the day where the chaos begins. This one will go in here. You end up with all your gear ready to go, but now you've got to sort of think, right, what do I want and where do I want it? So in my head now, I'm trying to plan where I want the gear. What we're going to try and achieve today is to get all this gear on and load. There's 10 chase boats, 10 of them on today. If I can get that done today, I'll be delighted.
But just getting boats on a boat presents its own set of problems.
These yachts and most yachts aren't designed to be lifted. They're not designed to get on a big cargo ship, go halfway across the world and get put back in the water. I couldn't tell you the price of one of those yachts, but frankly, normal mortals can't afford them. And let's face it, they're a toy. They haven't got a bed in them, for instance. You don't take your gin and tonic from one secluded cove to another. It's a racing machine.
And this is a ship he needs to carefully load. The General Cargo Ship, MV Red Cedar, a one-stop ship for everything needed for one of the world's most spectacular sailing events. With the yachts each taking around 15,000 man-hours to build and costing £2.2 million, Col has to make sure nothing will be damaged in transit.
The actual lifting of the yacht is quite a small part of the loadmaster's job. Most of it is the organisation. You've got to talk to the stevedores, talk to the port captain, the crew, and get all these various players, you know, working to your song sheet, as it were.
Colin's first challenge, getting the support boats and spare parts into the containers in the ship's hold.
5, 6.
Before the yachts can be loaded above on deck.
So I know roughly my pace is about a metre. That's about 12 metres. It's going to be tight in here.
Before loading the first 4 ribs, 12-metre rigid inflatable boats, he needs to make sure support cradles have been assembled for them to sit on. Meanwhile, on the dockside, working alongside Col and in charge of the cargo during its voyage, Donato Ganziman is helping prepare for the first lift.
We are rigging the crane. I mean, we are putting the beam and the slings on, that the crane and lifting gear is ready to lift the boat. The most important thing is the slinging, that all the slings are in correct position, nicely placed.
Although both the 20-ton tensile straps can easily take the load, the support boats are all different shapes and sizes, so they all present a different challenge. And ever-busy Colin has noticed a problem.
You can't put a lash in there. That's not strong enough for a lashing because it's only that thick. But for a tagline, it's fine.
Okay.
All these adjustments take time. With the first race in Cape Town in 5 weeks' time and 10 support vessels and 10 racing yachts still to load, Donato is beginning to feel the pressure.
The challenge is really to get everybody in line. There is some pressure on my shoulder because the clients are expecting her at a certain date in the port, let's say, in South Africa. So we have to leave tomorrow evening. It's a race against the clock because time is money.
But with the time ticking away, Donato's team of stevedores have decided to down tools.
Excuse me, why we stopped?
The Guardia Civil have decided that they're going to stop the operation. I don't know whether it's a safety thing or if someone hasn't done any paperwork for exporting boats.
Unaware of what the issue is, and with the clock ticking, Donato is behind schedule before the cranes have even moved.
Now it's really taking too long. Now I want to see some action and finally lift the first boat.
Pickering, North Yorkshire. A market town with a rich history in passenger rail. One of the UK's earliest rail routes was built here in 1836, the Whitby and Pickering line. Housed here and soon to be sent to Hull Technical College for restoration is one old relic from Britain's passenger rail past. Built in 1885, the Hull to Barnsley line carried coal directly from the Yorkshire pits to Hull during a boom in Britain's steel industry.
So here we are, this is Carriage 58. It's been on this railway since 1968, so it's a very unique coach. There's hardly any of these left in existence. It was built for the Hull and Barnsley Railway Company. It's a 50-foot coach and it'll hold 50 people. And it was actually used for express trains from Hull to Sheffield. She's had a bit of a hard life, she's a bit worn out. So a bit of love and care. We're off to actually try and get this coach and put it into Hull College. So it's going back to its home. So the idea is all these kids can learn these dying arts of joinery, pipework, brasswork. So it's sort of doing a lot of things in one. So we're getting a coach restored at the end of it. but it's teaching all these dying skills.
To get the old girl back to Hull and into college for a makeover, Kieran's taking the 26-ton, 111-year-old Carriage by road.
There's walls in the way, lampposts, very narrow streets because you're going down these tight old fishing roads in Hull. So it's a bit of a logistical nightmare. And the first bit we've got to do is actually get this to move. I mean, as you can see, she's all seized. Nothing's been lubricated in a long, long time.
Apart from a few roll-on, roll-off TV parts in the early 70s for shows like the BBC's Secret Garden, this grand old dame has been frozen in time and pretty much rooted to the spot. It's now down to Kieran to steam ahead, getting Carriage 58 from Pickering all the way to Hull. A distance of 75 kilometres. On arrival, he'll then need to rebuild her tracks.
We've got no track, unfortunately, what we can take it to Hull on, so the only way to do it is pick it up and put it in a low loader and travel her through to Hull itself. But the college isn't real connected, it's got no track there, so we've actually got to build a track in Hull College itself and then try and navigate this big old lass straight through these narrow little streets of Hull. So yeah, a challenge and a half.
Carriage 58 was built in 1909 for a princely sum of £1.19. Given this old time has been around for more than a century, moving her is going to require a gentle touch.
We can't lift it up or anything because I'm frightened she'll break. She's very delicate. She should have been retired a long, long time ago, put into hibernation, but we've kept it alive, and the idea is she's very, very flimsy. There's not much left to it. All the steelwork's very worn out, rusty. The timberwork's getting towards the end of its life, but I think we're getting there. You know what I mean? I think by the time we get it to Hull, get everything stripped off, we'll see what she's like, the bare bones of it, but this is a stage now where it hasn't moved for that long. We have to be careful with it.
To start the process of giving this ancient carriage a new lease of life, Kieran needs to see if she's ready and able to roll. Today's job is to get her from the sidings and into the loading dock 2 kilometres away. Tomorrow morning, she'll then be mounted onto a low loader for a journey to Hull.
There's your very old brake blocks there. As you can see, we actually are free on that one. That's a good start. The bodywork, as you can tell, the teak panels, very, very tired. Them doors haven't opened in a long, long time. So the main thing I'm looking for now is nothing's hanging off it because everything's old. You know, it hasn't been touched in a long, long time. As you can see, it's all rusty. That's your brake cylinder here. And as you can tell, that won't ever work. That needs to come to bits, completely be stripped. So we've got no brakes whatsoever on this old lass.
With the brakes non-existent, she needs a gentle shove, and Kieran has just the machine for the job.
So here we go, this is our shunting loco, this is a Class 08. So this is what we have to use for all the operations of moving Carriage 58 to the loading dock. So it's doing exactly what it was built for, a shunting loco. So we're doing a shunting move now. So we're all fired up and ready to go. So we'll see if we can move Carriage 58.
The Class 08 diesel electric shunter, nicknamed Gronk, is just a youngster at 60 years old. He's 51 tonnes with a top speed of 32 kilometres per hour. Kieran's gentle touch on Gronk means the buffers softly nudge the old carriage, ensuring she doesn't get any sudden shocks.
We've got just hooked onto Hull and Barnsley coach now. Matt, our guard's here. He's just about to tie couplings on. Once he's done that, then we'll give it a rolling test and see if she actually rolls.
It's been almost half a century since the wheels have turned. If they seize up, it could cause this antique to tip off the track.
We'll see if the wheels turn on the old lass then, shall we? It's 40 years since these wheels have turned, and look at it, they're going absolutely brilliant. It's like a brand new machine, really.
Yeah, crossing is clear, set back, set back.
It's a triumph. Carriage 58 is on the move for the first stage of her journey. 5 minutes and 2 kilometres later, Kieran brings the old 8-wheeler to a gentle halt, ready to be lifted onto the low loader.
5, 4, 3, 2, stop.
That's it, job done, we've made it, you know what I mean? 40 years of history, this thing hasn't turned a wheel, and today it has. It's done over a mile, so I'm quite happy with that. So that's it now, stage one is complete, so tomorrow we'll go straight at it in the morning. Everything's where we want it to be. I'm happy, you know what I mean? Things are going to plan. What can go wrong, eh?
Shoreham Port, Sussex, on England's south coast, and high winds are sweeping in off the English Channel. Purely a cargo port, Shoreham moves over 2 million tonnes of industrial cargo and freight every year. Supervisor Robin Merry has 5 hours to offload 1,500 tonnes of construction materials from an 82-metre-long bulk carrier before the weather gets any worse.
Today we have the Jamaica Havin. It's a general cargo ship weighing about 1,500 tonnes, and today it's carrying sheet pile.
Sheet piles are sections of sheet materials, usually steel with interlocking edges. Driven into the ground, they provide earth retention and excavation support.
There's about 1,500 tonnes of sheet piles, so all in all we've got 3,000 tonnes on this ship here, and yeah, that's kind of equivalent to about 600 cars stacked on top of each other.
The stevedores, men who load and unload cargo from ships, must discharge the sheet piles, stacking them dockside. Forklift trucks will then move them to the storage yard, from where they'll eventually be dispatched to building projects throughout the UK. Shoreham handles hundreds of thousands of tonnes of different types of steels every year, and no one knows his steels like Robin.
Now the sheet piles, they're used in river maintenance, and basically on a sheet pile it's got a hole one end of it, and they lift the sheet pile up and they drive it into the riverbed, and they're all different shapes so they can connect together. As you see, they're 20 metres long, this pile is here. In old money, that's about 60 foot. Massively long piles, you know, this is big stuff coming out the ship. This one's called a PU. As you can see the shape, it's in a U shape. Genius, see, this is where clever stuff comes into this, you know. And as you can see, they've got a ridge on the inside of them. That allows another PU to come into the other side and lock in, and then you create this effect along the riverbank so that it's watertight. And as you see, we're onto a different type of pile here. This one's called an A. Look at this, we're clever at this kind of work, aren't we? Look at this, A shape, an A bar, and if it was only half a bar, we call it a Z. So we've got AZ, we've got PUs. Give you an idea what kind of steel we deal with.
Robin's got his team shifting 1,500 tonnes of steel off the Jamaica Havin as fast as possible. A downturn in the weather ups the risk for both cargo and crew.
We're moving in towards winter now. It's not the nicest of days, it's very slippery, it's wet, we have to be very careful. There's a bit of wind around.
The high winds have yet to reach gale force, but they're enough to whip up trouble for Robin. Jamaica Havin is due to leave port at 2 p.m, giving him a 4-hour window. But trying to unload in worsening weather means that time is now halved.
This is one of the cargoes you can't rush. This is steel, it's very unforgiving. It is very hard, obviously, by the nature of steel, and it's also very slippery. If you try and rush this job, it can slip out the chains, and as you put anything up in the air, it wants to come down, so you've got to take extra care of it.
To offload 1,500 tonnes of steel quickly and safely, there's a set pattern of moves every worker relies on, which Robin has perfected as his own body-popping dance routine.
As he brings the beam down, another forklift will come in from the side and lift it up so he can slide out again, and then the one on the end will lift and slide out, so that it's all done in an operation not to damage the steel.
Robin's team of stevedores have communication on a noisy and dangerous dock down to a fine art.
We've got a banksman who's dressed in yellow. He's controlling the crane. He makes sure it lands in the right position for him. He's basically our eyes and ears on the floor. He works on hand signals. You know, he's controlling it. He'll jib it in, jib it out, whatever he needs to do with it and land it where he wants it. The only time the crane driver's going to follow one of us if there's an emergency. We'll put our hands up, stop, you know what I mean? That's the only time he wants to see from us.
We start on the near side, guys, please.
Banksman Jake Hollins is on the front line of the most dangerous stage. He's keeping a lookout for the men shunting 18 tonnes of steel every minute.
We got jib out, jib in, go up, go down, left, right, and plenty more. Like basically, if I'm doing jib down, it's just a crane arm going out, jib in, crane arm coming in, up, down, down, you get it, you know.
On the receiving end of Jake's sign language is Dino Hamilton. 9 meters above ground in the crane cab, he's controlling 6 15-meter steels at a time. The load is suspended by 15-ton chains on either side, making the total weight hovering over Jake's head 48 tons.
Get in a position to see me, and I can see him, so it's all safe and clear to go. Got Jakey in the boat. He's a good banksman, so he's quite experienced. Obviously, the longer it is, they're quite heavy, these ones, so. That's the arms just telling me it's a little bit heavy.
The crane is lifting at its limit. Should the load fall, the only safety measures on board the ship are 7 airbags, 2 meters long. They'll break the fall of any steel or wood that could come loose, preventing it ricocheting in the hold and hitting the crew.
At the moment, it's quite a safe area, but sometimes you can be literally right on the end of a stack to try and get the chain on, you know, so it can be like, there can be full hazards there. You want to cover it the best you can, you know.
As well as the weight, the wind is relentless.
The wind does play quite a high importance. As the steel comes out of the boat, it acts like a bit like a kite, really. So you've got to be prepared for a gust of wind to manoeuvre the steel about. I can feel it as I'm taking the steel out. I can feel it on the crane. Try and land it as safe as possible without the wind getting hold of it.
Gale force wind is one hazard, but in bad weather, there's another threat looming.
I haven't been in a bad situation where we've had to stop the crane, but obviously when it's thunder and lightning, I'm the first person to get out as quick as you can. So obviously it could potentially be a magnet for the lightning. Everyone knows, and everyone in the boat knows the emergency stop in case, God forbid, something happened.
You can fall out the sky when he's coming, steel coming over your head, chains pinging off the sides of them, you know, so very dangerous. You've got to have your eyes and ears about you all the time.
In just an hour and 57 minutes, Robin, Dino and Jack have overseen 1,410 tons of steels being offloaded in deteriorating conditions. Robin wants the men to get the last 90 tons off the ship in just 10 minutes before it becomes too unsafe to discharge. With every lift, the ship's ballast is moving water to keep her steady and level.
So he pumps the water out from this side to this side and it swings the boat left or right. Or he can take it out of this side but not that side and it brings the ship up and down.
In 5 lifts of 18 tons, they've beaten the weather and the job is complete, ready for the steels to be used for construction projects across the UK.
Everything's been done safely. We're well on time. The tide's not going to be for another 2 or 3 hours. The vessel can sail safely without any problems at all. Another job complete. Fantastic. We're off for the week ahead of us.
Meanwhile, 1,881 kilometers away in sunny Valencia, Spain, the loading of a very different shipment has stalled. 10 boats needed for the first event of the 52 Super Series yacht race in Cape Town in 3 weeks' time still need loading.
Excuse me, why we stopped?
But it seems for some reason, local Spanish stevedores have downed tools and refused to continue. But after a tense standoff, the man in charge of the yachts during transit, supercargo captain Donato Ganziman, resolves the problem.
Custom documents were missing, simply missing. And now they found it back so we can start lifting.
With the paperwork in place, lifting begins on the first of 10 support vessels. The lifting slings, each loop capable of holding 20 tons, have a combined lift strength of 40 tons and make light work of the support vessel. Whilst in the hold, loadmaster Colin Arnold guides the 12-metre-long rib down. With 9 more ribs to load, Colin and Donato work in tandem.
Up.
Every one of the 10 support boats is slightly different, so the placing of the slings and how they are supported on unique cradles changes with each lift.
Somebody on the second tuck line. Please, make tight.
Once in place,
Stop.
Colin secures each boat and cradle using 12-metre polyester straps, each capable of holding 10 tons. But it all takes time.
We've got now 5, 7 boats to go. I've still got until tomorrow night to get all the yachts on, so the war's not lost yet, as it were.
But due to where they'd been stored, the remaining ribs will be loaded directly from the sea, not the quayside, potentially presenting a whole new set of problems. As ever, Colin is keen to get down amongst the action. But there's an issue.
Oh, excellent. That is too short. No chance.
With a new ladder in place, Colin safely scrambles back down.
It's a lot better.
And starts securing the slings to lift the 17-metre-long rib out of the water.
He's now on the boat. He will place the slings in the correct position for lifting.
And boat number 4 is soon aboard. With an ever-present Cole overseeing every element of the lift, the rest follow.
That's beautiful. Disconnect.
So far, so good. Still on schedule.
But by 5 p.m, Colin is losing the light. And despite having successfully loaded 9 of the 10 support vessels, he still has the last and the largest craft of the day to lift.
We push for time because the stevedore's finish in 25 minutes, but hopefully I can get it down and done. It's a 42-foot boat and a 40-foot space. I'm not comfortable with those engines being so close to the bulkhead.
Positioning the boat safely is vital.
And I stop. Guys, keep that tight. Keep that tight. Tight, tight, tight. Tight, my friend. Can you not see the engines going in the bulkhead?
The reason for this unexpected tight squeeze soon becomes apparent.
Nothing in the stow plan to indicate that that half of the hold was full of containers. As far as we were aware, that was empty. Ease that bow line. Ease the bow line. I want to push the stern. She'll fit.
But as the last of the support vessels perfectly aligns on the cradle,
Easy down, easy down. I'm still sweet, I'm beautiful. Oh, mate, make the measure.
it's a job well done.
We'll not see these for another couple of weeks, but we're comfortable and we're happy that these boats are safe and secure and will arrive in the condition that we're leaving them in now. So yeah, I think all in all, it could have been a better day, but it wasn't a bad day, you know?
However, this is still only half the job. Over £16 million worth of yachts and equipment still needs loading on the top deck once the hold is sealed.
We still have to take 32 lifts, 16 containers, 8 cradles and 8 teepees. So 32 moves in total for a 12 hours job. That is tight. The race is on.
In Pickering, North Yorkshire, a 111-year-old Carriage 58 and her rail track are ready to start their 75-kilometre journey to Hull.
It's absolutely flat out. The yard's full of people, everything's happening now. As you see, this is organised with what we need.
Head of Carriages, Kieran Murray and his team have to load 9 tonnes of railway track onto a truck so they can be used to get Carriage 58 off the low loader and parked.
It's a massive jigsaw puzzle, so if we get this rail the wrong way around, it won't go together. So the whole idea is we've got to load it absolutely correctly. We're getting there though. I mean, I've even had to take my coat off, it's warming up now, all this sweating, running around. It's not good.
At Hull College, Carriage 58's destination, a group of construction students are making way for the 26-tonne Carriage's arrival.
I'll try leaving it up. There you go.
Lecturer Darren Storer is using the 111-year-old antiquity to teach his students the art of restoration. But getting her on site has turned into a demolition job.
What we're doing at the moment is, as you can see, we've got the zigzag in the wall. We need to remove this because we need to get the swinging point because the gates are too far out, so we're hoping this will give him the angle to get the trailer in. I think it'll be absolutely brilliant to get this in here, bit of history, get students doing something really worthwhile, something to give back to the community, something back to the city where it originally came from.
Back in Pickering Station, a 30-ton, 15-metre truck with onboard crane has been called in for the job. The first of two that will be heading in convoy to Hull. 4 solid steel chains and shackles will suspend the 6-metre-long steel and concrete rail tracks as they're raised and lowered into place.
If you worry about time too much, then you're going to start making mistakes. The job will get done when it gets done, to be honest with you.
Simon uses a control panel to raise the crane arm. It's a precise job, with no margin for error.
So that's it, mate. Yeah, all looking good, your centre. Right, coming down. Job done, so we'll get it all strapped off.
With 9 tons of rail track loaded, it's securely ratcheted down so it can't move in transit. Next for loading is Carriage 58.
Keep bringing it back, driver, keep bringing it back.
A specially commissioned 25-metre truck needs to be guided into position directly above the rail tracks. Scott Johnson is in charge of getting her up and on board.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull the lengths of rail out, and then we can build a ramp, get it all timbered up, and make sure she's all nice and tight and secure to have the coach pushed onto us. And with it being steel on steel and it's a wet day, there is a risk of the ramp being pushed over, and then obviously that would cause quite a bit of drama.
It takes Kieran and the team an hour to build a 15-metre track and ramp. Each section is fixed with steel bolts to ensure rigidity. Wooden blocks are placed onto the metal rails to ensure the carriage stays level. Any dips could cause the whole train to derail.
This is it, the moment of truth now. We'll see if we can get the old lass on the ramp. So we're all set up ready, the ramp's built. You know what I mean? We'll just take her very gingerly on and just hopefully she'll go on, no dramas.
There's only one way to get this old antiquity on wheels up the ramp. Gronk, Kieran's 51-ton diesel electric shunter.
Yeah, looking good, mate. Steady as we go.
At a 30-degree angle and moving at 4 kilometres per hour, she creeps steadily forward.
OK, Scott. Yeah? That'll do, that'll do.
That's it, she's on. We've done it. So we've got it on the trailer now, so we're just securing it. Once we've got it secured, I'll pull off with these wagons, then we'll get the tractor unit back in and we'll hit the road.
The next stage of her journey is the 75 kilometres by road to Hull, but the route she's going is uncharted territory for the team.
We can't take the direct route to Hull through Moulton because of pinch points, bad bends and obviously a few height restrictions and trees. It is a tight place. We haven't been there before, so on all new ventures it's always a bit of a tricky one first time round, but yeah, I'm sure it'll go smoothly.
It's taken 2 days to get Carriage 58 this far, and seeing her leave the yard for the first time in over 50 years brings mixed feelings.
It's a bit of a sad day, but in the other hand, it's a really good day because, I mean, this old girl's getting a new lease of life. I mean, it's going to Hull, it's off to get a complete new revamp, and it will be a working coach at the end of it. It's going back to its home. So yeah, we're making history as we speak.
Carriage 58 heads out of the yard and off onto the motorway, ready for a facelift. Valencia, northeast Spain. The specialist yacht transporter crew have just 12 hours left to load 10 racing boats needed for the inaugural race of the 52 Super Series yacht race in Cape Town in 6 weeks' time.
So here we go on another day.
For loadmaster Colin Arnold, today is going to be a challenge.
For me now, this next hour while I put on the containers on is just me getting my head round what's going to happen today, how we're going to go about it, where we're going to put stuff.
Besides balancing the ship, Colin needs to safeguard the loading of all the key components of this costly kit.
These masts are, let's say, £500,000 each. You touch it with a crane, it's carbon fibre, it's done.
But today, there's something else he needs to factor in. The change in weather.
It's a little bit breezy. Hopefully it doesn't get any more breezy. Just remember, these boats are going to be 20, 30 foot in the air, up there in the wind.
Although the lift slings can each hold 20 tons, £2 million worth of 7,000 kilogram race yacht blowing in the breeze and then being secured on deck is bound to be a challenge.
But we'll get these 4 on, and then at least we can start lashing and chaining and welding. And then we'll cradle, 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 boat, 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 boat.
MV Red Cedar's scheduled departure time is 2200 tonight. Delays will mean money. Despite the deadline, the man responsible for the safe delivery of this cargo, Captain Donato Ganziman, knows at this stage of the job nothing can be rushed.
We need 16 chains on number 2 hold, 16 chains on number 3 hold. So I would say slowly prepare them. This cargo is very sensitive, so small mistake will give us a lot of costs and headaches, let's say. So we cannot afford any mistake now.
Although all the race support equipment has already been securely stowed in the hold and the hatch is closed, the critical cargo, the 10 race yachts, will sit on deck, exposed to the Atlantic elements during their 11,800-kilometre journey to Cape Town. And with the weather deteriorating, Donato needs to plan for the worst.
This is not good. The wind is picking up. This will give us an extra adventure to keep the yacht in position. And this wind, yeah, you never know how the yacht will turn. So we have to put extra tuck lines, extra people forward aft to keep the yacht really in position. But we have to see, yeah.
Key to keeping each yacht safe on deck, a unique cradle or splash.
You know, these cradles are specially designed. They are specially constructed for each single yacht. Each boat you have a different cradle, different design.
Cast from the same mould that made their individual hulls, if positioned exactly, they become a secure and perfect fit.
They'll sit in their own splash. It's a moulded cradling. We'll land them to within a sort of pen dot. If it doesn't sit exactly on that dot, there's a chance that you'll damage the boat during the passage.
As the first yacht comes alongside, Colin and his team prepare to lift.
I need the boat flat against the ship. Don't pull on the rigging, it's carbon fibre. It is very crucial, the actual hookup and the collection of the yacht. Yeah. The next bit is getting it into the cradle. That's pretty precise.
Technique is everything.
Boss, what we do, we come up, we turn, and we come in. Swing. The first one's always difficult. The first one of anything, I suspect, is always difficult. This one's been quite tidy so far, touch wood.
Finally, the first yacht is safely loaded. But as they begin loading yacht number 2, an increase in wind speed starts causing problems.
She's already sailing in the air now, eh? She's really catching the wind from the side. That's why she has a list now, and it will be very difficult to place her into the cradle. Slowly, slowly.
Placement of the yachts in their cradles needs to be accurate to the millimetre, as they are effectively negatives of the yacht's hull. If they're even slightly out, once at sea, waves and wind will cause them to twist, and the fragile carbon fibre hulls will splinter and break.
Yeah, she's coming back, she's coming back. Oh. It's too strong, Colin, eh? You're backing me up, eh? When I'm flying in the air. Oh, easy. Little bit at least.
Despite the wind, Donato and the team safely load the 4th yacht.
And she is finally on deck. Oh my God, she is really looking very, very nice. Very nice.
By midday, Colin and Donato can begin lashing them to their cribs, making them seaworthy for their Atlantic voyage.
We've got the first 4 down, we're halfway. Guys are getting the lashings on, they get good tensions on the lashings, good angles. The crew, as I say, getting the welding in, getting the chains in, they're all in good positions.
With no change in the weather,
Stop!
Every lift remains a nail-biting challenge.
Ah!
Still 3 hours to go. So, and 2 yachts to load, so we will most probably make it if nothing is going wrong.
But with £2 million up in the air, no one wants to make a mistake.
You don't want to drop her just because you think, oh, hey, I'm knocking off in a bit or whatever. It's the same boat as it was for the other 7 occasions.
But as the keel of the final yacht slots into its rubber-lined custom crib,
that's got to be bang on, isn't it? You're not going to get better than that.
finally, Colin and the crew can relax.
Nice one, mate. Every time, brother. Every time, mate. We've just got a little bit more to do by way of security, but on the whole, it's been a very good couple of days. You know, I'm happy with it. Very happy. I don't look it, but I am.
Yeah, the blood pressure is now going down, let's say. Stress factor is slightly going off. For me, it's done. My job is over.
And true to his word, at 2200, the MV Red Cedar departs Valencia. Next stop, Cape Town. And the start of the 52 Super Series yacht race. At Hull College in Yorkshire, the rail tracks for unloading vintage Carriage 58 have arrived. But before they've even driven onto site, Kieran Murray, the man tasked with getting the train onto the college grounds, spots an issue.
So we've just turned up, and as you can see, we've got a bit of a problem. So they've knocked the wall down. Yes, that's a good thing, but it's the wrong wall. We need that wall down and these containers moving, because the idea is a load of backs in here. We put the track there, well, there's containers in the way there, so we're not on to the best of starts, really, are we?
Kieran has to break the news to lecturer and head of restoration, Darren Storer.
We started that on Monday, so we've gone mad, got it all down, and we've had we're still clearing that up to yesterday. Cool. So we've had a mad space. We've had like 16-year-old youngsters out here with wheelbarrows barrowing the full lot away. But we'd say we did what we was told to do, which was take the front wall down.
Yeah, so much for a quick come in, drop off and go. None of that now. It's a case of demolition, destruction and make it happen.
It looks like we made it, or been given the wrong information. We've taken the front wall down as requested, and it was the side wall that needed to come down. So hopefully Reeds can get us out of the problem, and they've got hammers and hopefully take away the bit that they need and move the containers to where they need to be, because at the minute we've done everything in the opposite way to where it should have been.
Moving the crates and knocking down a wall wasn't on the schedule, but Kieran's focused on completion.
You have to just hook onto each of the eyes on the container itself, just to lift it up, take the weight of it and slew it out the way.
Using the crane from one of the delivery trucks, Kieran and his colleague Simon Reed shift the first of the crates into a small space.
We've just got to make sure we pack them away as tight as we can, and just the main thing is the substation behind us that has to have access all the time. You know what I mean, everyone's finished work now, we're all enjoying ourselves in the pub, and there's us lot here, crawling around in the rain. Oh, you know what I mean, we must be absolute idiots, really.
There we are.
Right. She's up, she's going up, I'm happy.
Almost there now, mate. Just put it in the final position. Let's get it down to ground level.
That's 211.
Slide down there.
Only one thing currently stands in their way: a wall. The one that should have been demolished before they arrived. Luckily, Kieran isn't only handy with trains.
So we've got to get this as level as the car park, so we've got to get it to this height here. The idea is we build the rail up there, back the trailer up, build the ramp on here. I need to stop eating pies. I'm out of shape.
There you go. Watch yourself, pal. That'll do there, won't it?
Carriage 58's arrived after a straight run on the motorway. But Scott Johnston now has to navigate his 25-metre-long, 4-metre-wide truck through narrow lanes into the college. To make it easier, an empty car park was earmarked for the route, but Darren's had some bad news.
At the minute, we've just found out, obviously this has been blocked off previously. They've taken the fencing down overnight, unbeknown to us, and people started parking cars, so now we've got the problem of trying to negate around parked cars here. So it's whether we can get the swing now to actually get it in. Excitement, stress, nervousness, fear, anticipation, you name it, I seem to have it at the minute. It's butterflies like when my kids were born. It's a bit of shock at the minute.
Hold it there, driver.
I was still going a bit more forward, mate, just get that lock on a bit earlier.
Yeah, just the back axle, mate. It's stuck in, mate. Stuck in.
Each wheel has an electric steering actuator to move the wheels around the steering axis independently. Having managed to navigate into the car park, getting out of it is the issue. A tight turn has caused one of the axles to over-rotate.
What it is, it's because we're turning so tight on the spot, the back axle is just dragging over a little bit, so we're just going to lift it up, to straighten it out, and then we'll take a new line coming out of it.
Scott must now bring the rear axle back round to release its wheels.
Right, the back axle's gone, but there's the second one now, mate. The second one's gone now.
Another axle has just gone. 4 wheels on the truck are now unable to move.
Well, the driver's just gone to my boss, see what he adjusts.
Is this the one? Go on. Go on. Go on. It's gone. There you go.
Keep it coming back, mate. Keep coming back, mate.
The next corner to navigate has only 25 centimetres to spare.
I've got about 10 inches, mate. 10 inches.
Okay, no worries, mate, no worries.
They're starting the underground in Hull.
Yeah, it is, yeah, HS2, HS3. Yeah.
HS3, it's made it to Hull.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the Sheffield branch.
it's only 51 years late, but there you go. This is a tight curve we've got to negotiate now, so we're getting set up ready for it. So what he'll do is go right wide into it and then sharp in, and hopefully we can make it in one hit.
Get that lock on. Loads of room here. Bit more if you want, mate.
Keep it going, mate. Keep it coming. Keep it going, mate. Keep coming back, mate. Keep coming back.
That's it, mate. If you just run a foot off that all the way around.
We've got the tight turn into the dock now, and then we're there. You can see it's quite narrow down here.
Finally, around the corner, Carriage 58 enters the gates to Hull College. But the weather is worsening.
The plan is we've got to try and get as close as we can to that wall there, so it means shunting the whole lot across there, so gate in, lock and bring it back.
The angle and speed of the low loader are critical.
Keep it going, mate. Keep going back, mate.
An 18-metre long space is needed for the 16.8-metre long carriage. There needs to be an 18-metre runoff to get it down onto the ground, and another 25 metres for the lorry to fit. Space is tight.
Yeah, arm on the wall there, mate, so you can't go anymore.
We've got the carriage in place now. We've got it absolutely bang on. I can't believe we've got in this tighter gap as well as we have. So we're here now, so what we've got to do is start building a ramp and get the track down.
The carriage will sit on the rail track for the duration of her stay, as the substructure is tarmac, soft enough to sink, twisting the carriage and making repairs undoable. The track will protect her by distributing her weight.
So the moment of truth now, we'll push her off onto the track and see how we go.
It's a little tab, mate, see if you can get it going.
The lorry's onboard winch will control Carriage 58's speed of descent off the trailer.
So what he's done now is used the winch, he's pulled it forward, we've released the chocks that are holding it in place, so we'll now start bringing it down the ramp.
But it seems Carriage 58 is going nowhere fast.
She don't want to roll. She is free rolling, but she's just too level.
The crane on the other truck is hooked up to her chains to create forwards momentum.
Just keep letting it out, mate. Keep letting it out. Right, nice and steady now. Just hold it there, mate.
All the team can do is wait. As long as she's lined up precisely, she should have a smooth descent.
Keep letting her out, mate. And she's on the tip now, mate. Now you can start letting her out again. Keep letting her out now, mate. Keep letting her out. So she's on the tip, she is moving. One wheel's off the tips, one is halfway down, mate. I think this is the end of the trailer. 5 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inch. She's on rocky point now, she's on rocky point, hold it up.
All 4 wheels are now on the track, so that's a good thing. So we're here, we're almost done. You know what I mean? I can see the end in sight. Is that clear at ramps?
Yeah, that's us.
You've got more room this end if you want.
We'll just get it. It's just resting on the tips.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, we've made it. We've got it.
Yeah.
It's landed.
It's landed.
I tell you, when we pulled up here, I didn't think we were doing this, I'll be honest.
Carriage 58 is finally ready to be restored, and in 3 years' time should be back on track.